Alright, hey there YouTubers, Chris here. Just bringing you an update on the Iron Man War Machine. It's been a while since I've done any work on it, but I spent a lot of time with the seam work, and I got it primed and everything, and probably got a bit too much progress before I made a video, but I'll do one now before I go too far. I've painted up the base, and basically what I've done is I primed it, painted it black, and then dry brushed it. Let me get the right lighting here. Dry brushed it with sort of like a dark grey, then a lighter grey, and then lighter grey again. Probably about 4 or 5 different greys. Just keep adding white to the black basically. I then added a black oil wash, which basically helps with all the cracks and crevices. It sits in there and just makes them pop, sort of thing. And I also added a brown oil wash, which in certain places, mainly around about here, just adds a bit of variety, I guess. You know, I think that come out pretty cool. The back here is where the switch will be to turn the lights on, but I think I've shown that in the previous video anyway. And of course underneath I've still got some work to do with the batteries and the wiring and stuff. I just took it apart and have to redo it, which is not a big deal. Yeah, so that's done. The other thing is we've got his guns for his forearm. There we've got his ammo belt, which was a big pain in the ass to put together, I tell you. And his rocket launchers on the side. Excuse me. But basically, here's his gun. Basically what I did is let me bring all this up here. I primed him. The primer I got is grey, and then I painted him black, an acrylic flat black basically, and I probably painted him about 4 or 5 times. It was just driving me mental. I originally started with this colour from Tamiya, the gunmetal colour, so I painted it that, and no, didn't look right. So I tried this colour, which is the metallic grey. Still didn't look right. Just couldn't get the right effect I wanted. So anyway, I ended up going back to black, and it just looked like a toy. It just didn't look right. So I ended up, what I've done at the moment is I've taken the metallic grey and I've dry brushed over all the black, and yeah, it's not perfect, but it's the best effect I've gotten so far for what I want. And I think once I put all the oil washes and all the battle damage and stuff, I think it'll fix itself up. I still need to do all these sort of flat aluminium areas, but you know, I think it's close. The colour's close, but as you can see, I sort of dry brushed over the flat aluminium with the metallic grey, and I'm not sure if I like that, because kind of looks like a bit of, like it's worn a bit, so it might actually be good instead of looking so perfect. I mean, I'm going to put an oil wash on it anyway, but still I might go that way once I've painted it all, and then just dry brush it with that metallic grey again. But basically the other thing I've done is the battle damage that I've worked on is, I'll just take you around his foot for example. These, I think we'll focus, these scar marks, hang on a second. These scar marks like that, I've just used the Dremel tool, like the cutting wheel, and just cut some parts out of the armour here and there. These holes that you see are supposed to be like bullet holes, and basically that's just drilling the hole out, and then take the your X-Acto blade and just you know, create some stress marks, just jam it in there and wiggle it around. And I've sort of done that all over, and there's some more cut marks there. I'm hoping I don't overdo it, because It's the first time I've sort of done this, so yeah, we'll see how we go. There's also like a burn mark there that was done with, excuse me, I've drilled out the hole with the Dremel, or like a grinding bit in the Dremel. Not grinding, what do you call it? Sort of like an engraving bit, like a bigger engraving bit, and then use a soldering iron and just melted the edges. And that's basically the techniques I used throughout, and it'll come down to the painting now to make it look more realistic. And I've also gone with the grinding bit, as you can see on the edges here. Maybe you can see, well, there you go, right there. On various edges I've just sort of grinded them down. There's another one there, just to give it a bit of something something. As you can see, there's the chest plate, and I've put some more bullet holes there. I've got another burn mark down there, just all over sort of thing, here and there. Most of it on the front, because I wouldn't think that he'd be running away from his enemies, but maybe someone that's trying to back rage him, and so I might put something on the back, not so much burn marks or anything, but just scratch marks, something like that. But anyway, that's where I am at the moment. I still got to paint the other leg, sort of, in there, the metallic, the flat aluminium colour on that, and in there, and the back of the shin here, or the calf here. So yeah, once I do that, then I'll do an oil wash, and hopefully I'll sort of start to assemble him. And maybe I'll assemble him then do the oil washes, so it's all sort of uniform. Yeah, what else? From there, I don't know, then I've got to work out how to paint all this battle damage stuff. So yeah, hopefully, I'm a bit crooked with this camera, I must be drunk. Hopefully I give you an update before I go too far again. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you soon. Okay, one thing I did want to mention that I forgot is, if anyone's building this kit, which, let's see, why not? It's a great kit. The instructions are not right when it comes to this clenched hand here. The numbering they give you is actually back to front. The thumb is correct, but all these other digits, like number 74 don't fit in there. Number 74 goes over the other side. So I believe like it should be 71, 72, 73, 74. But either way, they're actually keyed correctly, the actual part. So if you try to put it in the wrong place, it's just not going to fit. And it looks like it might fit, but it doesn't. And I was almost tempted to file down one of the pieces when I was working on this first one. I was like, well, why isn't this fitting? But double check this last piece, or 71, and it fit. So yeah, that's the only thing that's really wrong with this kit, is the instructions for that. And not that it's wrong, but this belt here, it's a pain in the ass. Very difficult to, very fiddly, and very difficult to get right. But yeah, that's all. I just wanted to add that in. Alright, see you later. Alright, I'm back. I've put them all together, and I've painted the sort of flat aluminium areas around there, in his arm, and various other places. And I've given him an oil wash. I'm actually happy with the colour now that it's all sort of together. I still need to paint one more area, sort of just in there and there that I missed. I think there as well. It needs to be flat aluminium, so I'll touch those up and redo the wash on those areas. But generally I'm happy with it so far. I've just got to, well, it's not on the base yet, it's just sort of sitting there. I've just got to sort of dust up I'll dust up the base a bit of rubble or whatever, and put some over his feet. But next step, next thing I'm going to do is paint all the damage, from the bullet holes and the blasts that you see here and there. Some bullet holes there, and just do some like scratching where his eye is there, and just sort of on the edges of the armor and chipping and stuff like that. So yeah, that'll be the next thing to do. So I'll get on that and I'll let you know how it goes. Alright, back soon.